Jake and his brother Logan have been in fierce competition for the better part of their lives, especially on YouTube, where they once engaged in a feud that featured a rap battle, as well as Logan, the older brother, making the claim that he slept with Jake's ex-girlfriend and featuring her in a music video. What if they decide to end their feud by engaging in physical combat? Who would come on top? You want to find out? Then stay tuned. Let's do a quick introduction of both of these men before we get into their capabilities when it comes to actual physical combat. Jake Joseph Paul is a well-known figure on social media in the United States and is also a professional boxer. First coming to prominence on Vine, he later landed a role of Dirk Mann on the Disney Channel series Bizaardvark, where he remained cast for both of the show's seasons. As a result of Paul's actions, he has been at the center of numerous issues during the course of his career. These conflicts have even led to Paul being charged with criminal trespass and unlawful assembly. Logan Alexander Paul is an American YouTuber and social media personality. He is presently under contract with WWE and can be seen working as a professional wrestler for the Raw brand. In addition to uploading videos to his own YouTube channel, he has been the host of the Impulsive podcast program since November 2018. As of January 2022, he had more than 23 million subscribers to his channel on YouTube. Height, weight, and martial arts skills. Jake Paul, who is 25 years old, weighs 216 pounds, equivalent to 97 kilograms, and has a height of 5 feet 10 inches, which is equivalent to 1.78 meters. Logan Paul, who is 27 years old, has a height of 6 feet 2 inches, equivalent to 1.88 meters. He weighs about 200 pounds, which is equivalent to 91 kilograms. Who will come out on top in a boxing match? Both of them have previous experience in boxing. In 2019, Logan made his debut in professional boxing. However, he was defeated by internet rival KSI through a split decision. Logan was docked 2 points during the match. He also competed against Floyd Mayweather in a match that was held for exhibition purposes. On the other side, Jake has 5 knockout wins to his name, one of which was when he knocked out the former NBA great Nate Robinson, which turned into a meme that went global. Deji, Anderson Gibb, Askren, and Woodley are among the other professional boxers Jake has dispatched in the ring. Jake Paul has some very excellent defense. Because of his quick head movements, he is very good at avoiding being punched. He has the potential to be an aggressive puncher, but more often than not, he opts to get points by landing light to medium blows rather than going for the knockout. If he wants to, he can easily knock his opponent out. However, his footwork is not very good. He is an outboxer. What about Logan? Logan has an awful defense. His defenses are never up to par. When he throws punches, he appears to be quite sluggish and slow. His style can be described as heavy-footed and heavy-handed. Because of his extended reach, his opponents usually have to keep their distance from him. The only reason his blows pack such a wallop is because of how big he is. He is quite quick at avoiding getting punched. Jake's footwork isn't quite as good as his own. Both of them are known to be outboxers, even though their fighting styles are very different from one another. Neither Jake Paul nor Logan Paul is equipped to deal with the bout against an opponent who puts pressure on them. As for who could win a fight between Logan Paul and Jake Paul in the boxing ring, the answer is Jake Paul. Jake Paul would not be able to knock out his brother Logan Paul for the simple reason that Logan possesses a larger build than Jake does, and Jake lacks the power to knock out someone closer in size to him. Jake would win because he would get more punches and more points. Let's move on to mixed martial arts. Who among these men do you think would prevail in a fight inside the octagon? The MMA competition is a combination of a number of different combat styles, which is something that works in Logan's favor. Even though he isn't a professional mixed martial arts fighter, he possesses a wide variety of fighting skills that he can utilize to overcome his brother, who is probably just capable of punches and has no experience on the ground. He can use 3 skills to his advantage and win the battle. A number of video content is available online demonstrating that Logan Paul is a strong collegiate wrestler. If you've ever wrestled or fought a wrestler in a grappling environment, then you'll know they're not very easy to handle. Wrestlers have a reputation for having a good, tough mental attitude and never giving up in a match. In a more pragmatic sense, they are also incredibly skilled at raising people to higher positions and lowering them again. Jake wrestling with Logan will not be an easy task for Jake. Back in the year 2020, pictures surfaced showing Logan Paul working with BJJ champion Edwin Najmi. This photograph was taken at Najmi's academy, which, at the time, was at a location that was not too distant from where Logan resided in Los Angeles. Because most Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu grappling takes place on the ground, it naturally complements mixed martial arts and wrestling. Due to Paul's prior experience in wrestling, if he were to compete in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, he would be required to wear a blue belt. This indicates that he already possesses a certain level of skill when it comes to grappling in some respects. If Jake does not train properly, he will have difficulty competing against Logan in the octagon. Boxing training doesn't prepare them for other types of strikes. Because of this, it may be difficult for Jake to prevail in a fight against someone like Logan, who is skilled in a larger variety of combat tactics. For instance, Jake could block and slide punches thrown at his head, but he might not be able to execute all of the necessary defensive methods if he takes a knee strike with full power. Due to the fact that boxers are exclusively instructed to fight in the standing posture, the ground game can provide a significant challenge for Jake. In addition to this, boxers view the ground as their safe zone whenever they are engaged in combat. In boxing, if you get knocked down and don't get back up, the bout is typically finished, and you've lost. In contrast, this is not the case in MMA. When an MMA fighter is knocked down, his opponent will typically grasp the opportunity to take control of the situation on the ground by grabbing him and moving into a dominant position. After that, he has the opportunity to terminate the battle by knocking out his opponent or submitting them. What about a street fight? In a street battle with as few restrictions as feasible, Logan, who is skilled in MMA, would win rather easily over Jake, who is a boxer. This is due to the fact that Jake does not have the training necessary to defend against things like takedowns, submission attempts, kicks, elbows, or knees, whereas Logan is taught to protect against punches, which are the only weapon a boxer possesses. But even though Jake's chance of victory are extremely low, he still has a shot of beating Logan, provided he can devise and carry out an effective game plan. In a fist fight on the street, most people would easily choose Logan to defeat Jake in a street fight, but that might not always be the case. Of course, Logan is well versed in different martial arts, but then there's the old saying, all it takes is one punch. It's impossible to predict when an opponent will be taken by surprise and knocked out, regardless of whether the battle occurs in the ring, the octagon, or on the street. A fight between these two would be a spectacular event to witness. Now over to you. Who do you think will win physical combat between Logan Paul and Jake Paul? Who would you bet your money on? Let us know in the comments section below. Also, let us know who you would love us to talk about in our subsequent videos. That will be all for today's video. Thanks for staying tuned. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so that you can always watch more amazing videos like this. See you in the next one. Peace.